Today we're talking to our 20-goal marksman Chris Conn-Clarke on the back of a magnificent 1-0 victory at Boreham Wood on Saturday. Chris was the goal scorer, key moment in the game. And Chris, let's start with the goal. And let's pay tribute to the role that Matty Costello played in that, because it was a really clever sort of feint that just allowed you a little bit of time and space to be able to pick your spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was smart from Cozzy. I've said to him overs, and he's listened to me, and thankfully it's came to me, and I've took a touch and hit it. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of space in that game. I was struggling, obviously playing in the 9. You don't get as much space, so just after the sending off, I dropped down and said, Cozzy, you go and push through the middle. So I dropped down a bit and got a bit of space, and thankfully I scored.
Fantastic technique with the shot and with the trajectory of the ball. There's no goalkeeper in the world getting anywhere near that.
Yeah, their goalkeeper was good on the day. He was having a very good game. So was our keeper Ethan. It was going to take something special to beat him, or something intricate. So hopefully, and luckily enough, it's went in and just started outside the post and just made its way in after.
It's a terrific surface at Boreham Wood, possibly the best in the league. How much of a difference does that make?
Yeah, it's a lovely surface, isn't it? I think Arsenal women's play on there, so it's good to play on good pitches like that, and I think it helps us as well. Our pitch, it looks bad, but it moves well on our pitch, but obviously that pitch is immaculate for this time of the year, so it helps us with our playing out and playing through the third, so yeah, it's a good pitch to play on.
20 goals in the National League for this season in 37 starts. That's a fantastic return.
Yeah, I'm happy with my return. Feel like I could have had a bit more if I was being more like greedy. I've missed 2 pens, so I feel like I've had chances as well to score other goals, but it comes from my teammates like supplying me, always looking for me, and I've been clinical this year, as the gaffers alluded to, so yeah, lucky enough I'm on 20 now, hopefully many more.
And any particular favourite goals of the ones that you've scored?
I have a few, like it's the Boreham Wood one would be one of my favourites. Maidenhead and the failed one would be my top favourite. I love like scoring winners. Always like being the one that scores the winner. So yeah, that would be my 3 favourites.
Going back to the free kick against Fylde, in terms of technique, that was almost difficult, almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a hard technique, but if you get it right, I feel like it's so hard for a keeper to save it because they just don't have enough time for the rack when it goes up and over the wall. But it's hard to get right. Sometimes you'll hit it and it'll just go sky high, but it's just about practicing every day. Like me and Noobs were very good free kick takers, so he'll have one, I'll have one, and whoever scores on the day.
And you're not just a goal scorer, you've provided a huge number of assists in the league this season. That's also must be very gratifying for you.
Yeah, it's my game, isn't it? I love being a playmaker, being involved in everything. I've always been told it's like stats, goals and assists will everyone will look at that in your game. So I've had to like change my game a wee bit and not be always as a flair player and always trying to be deadly and getting goals and assists. So feel like that the gaffer and Sorves has changed that about me this year, and obviously I've got good goals and assists.
It felt like a huge win on Saturday.
I wouldn't say a huge win, but obviously at this part of the stage, we always try and get a good performance, but at this part of the stage it's about 3 points in it. But we know as a group and as the staff what we are capable of, so it is a good win, yeah, but it's always hard to go to that place, isn't it? You don't get much points there, so we would have been happy with a draw, but lucky enough we've got the 3 points.
We've come through our difficult spell, or we hope we have, with 3 victories in the last 4 games, but 6 defeats in 7 games, pretty well unprecedented in Phil and Neil's reign here. How difficult was that a period to go through?
Yeah, it was personally for me. It was difficult because just before that run, I honestly thought we were like a very, very good team, and I couldn't see where we were going to drop points. But that's football, isn't it? We have a young squad. We're still learning it. It's the first experience I've ever had of it, so we're learning on the job. And to come through that spell and pick up 3 wins from out of 4, yeah. So to come through that spell shows what sort of team we are, and yeah, it's just learning on the job for most of us at the minute.
And a crucial victory was the the 2-1 victory over Verdorking. An untypical Altrincham performance, backs to the wall in the second half. Dorking had almost total possession, but to get that 3 points that night was huge.
Yeah, I feel like the Dorking and the Bournemouth wins, they're not wins we're normally associated with. The Dorking one, obviously we went down to 10 men and it was just a scrap and we had to defend, and I feel like our defence and even that day was immaculate, so we've came out with 3 points, and it's same at Bournemouth. We've competed very well, got our opportunities, took them and got 3 points again.
Earlier in the season, you were on a podcast with two of the Bournemouth defenders, Femi Ilisani and Jamal Fifield, and you picked out Chesterfield as winners of the title, which was fairly obvious, I think, even at the early stage of the season. But who are the other teams that have impressed you most this season?
I would say Gateshead, obviously, where they've came from last season to this season, they play beautiful football. And also they've lost their manager and a few key players midway through a season, and we had that last year, didn't we? And they've just went from strength to strength, and that is a hard thing to do. So I'd say they would have impressed me, and Aldershot as well. I feel like Aldershot, the 2 games we've had, away was hard. It was a tough game, obviously, on BT Sports, and at home it was also very tough, but we've got the win that day. But yeah, they would be my main 2 teams that have impressed me.
And how confident are you that we're going to make our objective of reaching the playoffs?
Personally, I'm confident. I feel like after the last few games, we're confident as a squad as well. But as long as we do better, obviously we're in about the playoffs now, but we just need to do better than last year for me. But we don't want to obviously let it go. It's in our hands, isn't it? I think we're now 6th.
6th.
But I feel like as a team we can go and push for the 3rd and 4th spots, like.
And you mentioned how impressed you are with Gateshead there, and it's a really good point that you make, that like us last season, they literally had the guts ripped out of the side one way or another midway through the season, and they've rebuilt and come back and looking very, very strong. Our 2-0 victory up at the International Stadium back in October, one of the best performances of the season, and you got us going by uncharacteristically sort of barging Regan Booty off the ball fairly, I may add, and releasing Justin Amaluzor. That created the all-important first goal.
Yeah, we had a game plan that day that Sorves and the gaffer put out for us, and it worked to an absolute T. I was playing striker that day as well, and the way the Sorves and the gaffer had us pressing, it just worked to a T that day, and obviously we scored 2 goals on the break. Me intercepting the first one, then the last one in the last minute, which was our game plan, and it worked that day, so hopefully our game plan works on Saturday as well.
It's a huge game. There should be a big crowd. It's non-league day, and we're encouraging the town of Altrincham to paint Altrincham red during the week and turn up in the numbers on Saturday. It should be a fantastic occasion.
Yeah, our fans have been absolutely excellent this year. They've turned up in their numbers, even away games. I feel like, what was it, 90 or something? 100? 92 on Saturday away. Around Bromley, when we had Bromley on Christmas, there was a lot at that game as well, BT Sport game around Christmas. I feel like our fans have been excellent this year, travelling away, and also they've been very loud at home. And the last few games with the fireworks and all, stuff like that, just that, the little small things help us as a team as well to perform.
Yeah, what did you make of the fireworks?
Yeah, I liked it, to be fair. Like, it wakes you up, like, to be fair. But now everything they've been getting in earlier as well, and been singing in the warm up, been very loud, and we appreciate it as a team. Like.
And on Saturday it was really noticeable. It's a fairly quiet ground, Boreham Wood, but our fans with no cover, and it is more difficult to make noise when it's in the open, made a huge amount of noise, particularly in the first half when we needed a bit of a lift.
Yeah, the first I think it was 10-15 minutes. Obviously, Boreham Wood came on to us and just I think they had corner after corner, like 4 corners in the first 10 minutes, and that's where we need our fans to pull through, and I feel like they did on Saturday.